to the next one. Come on. What does Samuel say? Now see, we got to see this right here, because this happened. It says, woe unto us. Now Samuel, he wrote this about who? Anybody know? Anybody know the history? Huh? Anybody? See, we got to get with this. It was a particular guy, King. Huh? Talk to me. Come on. Let's talk about this Philistine. All right, talking about particular arrogance. Watch this. It says, woe to us who shall deliver us out of the hand of these mighty gods. These are the gods that smote the Egyptians with all the plagues in the wilderness. You was revered as gods in past tense. This is documented in history. You read that in the Hebrew and see what it says. But we don't think like this. When your Hashar come back, guess what? You know what another favorite scripture with Israelites? It says what? It says, get away from me, right? You workers of iniquity. Y'all finish the part me. Y'all finish the rest. Anybody know the rest? I have not known thee. I have not known thee. And it says, we have supped with thee and drank with thee, right? We have cast demons in your name. Demons in your name and did all that. That's brothers that be doing all this, all that teaching, whatever. But guess what? We become workers of iniquity when we don't walk in the spirit, because Yahweh himself taught us the spirit. And we're going to see that in scripture. Go to the next one. Come on. Ye are gods, unbreakable. Watch this. The book of John. I say the word Jesus. Jesus answered them, is it not written in your law?
That's right.
Say in your law.
That's right.
Is it not written in your law? Your law. You hear me, brother? Come up here, man. Huh? You believe that?
Yeah, I believe that.
You sure?
Yeah.
You positive? You for real? Yeah. Man, talk to me straight, man. Head up, King. You understand? Yeah. You gotta believe that. Yeah. You gotta walk like that. Let him feel that. You understand? Wow. You understand? So, what? Is it not written in your law? I said ye are gods. Right. He referred back to the book of Psalms. Okay? Because why did you refer back to that? History lesson. Because in ancient times, anything that was written in the scriptures or said prior to those that came, it was revered or regarded as law. It was regarded as law. Okay? So watch this. He says what? If he called them gods, unto whom the word of God came, because who did it come to? Because when you go to the book of Psalms, it says what? Psalms 1, I don't want to give it away. I want to hear the king say, Psalms 1 night. Finish the rest. What does it say? What does it say? He gave his what?
Show his word unto Jacob. He dealt so with no other nations.
And he has not dealt so with other nations. Right? So now when you understand this, it says that's who he came unto. That's what he's saying. And now watch this part. And the scripture cannot be broken. Punk asses. I'm saying that. And I mean that from the core of my heart. I mean that. Huh? I'll be cool. I mean that from the core of my heart. Because all this coming again. This is beautiful. This is a start, but the strength got to be felt. Yes, kid.
Gloves off, baby.
Gloves off?
Gloves off.
Don't do that.
Gloves off.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Sure. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. I'm really talking to the men, man. For real.
Gloves off.
Because all this, keeping it, we got to keep these high holy days. But guess what? When does prayer begin? And I want none of my brothers to say that. When does prayer begin? I'm asking you. When does a prayer begin? You don't say nothing, Rabbi.
When I wake up.
When I wake up? You sure?
When I wake up.
You sure? When does prayer begin? You know when a prayer begins? When it ends. That's when a prayer begins. Because you're asking the Creator for something. So after it's over, you're supposed to expect it. Huh? Because he said your word. He's supposed to be. So you, whatever you do, however you do it. Your house even told us this. Because he said, if it be your will. Because what did he say? Take this cup away from me. But then he said, if it be your will. Because he knew I got to throw the clause in there. I want you to do it, but if you don't, whatever. That's how we got to be, but we don't think like that. That's why Israel don't have nothing. That's why we rent out other places to other people, as opposed to have our place and renting it out to them. You understand? Yeah, I know y'all don't like me. Hell with you. Go to the next one. Goddamn. Analyzing, watch this. Dominant teams. Analyzing the genetic makeup of 20 Americans, right? Of European ancestry and 15 African Americans. Researchers found that the former showed much less variation among 10,000 tested genes than did the latter, which was expected. They also found that Europeans had many more possible harmful mutations than did Africans, which was much of a surprise. Now, this was a study, a military study, because they was getting veterans, and he tested veterans. They was dealing with their kidneys and their liver. And so when they found out, if you give them the same health care, it blew their mind. They said that we had a lower health care, but those that are higher, we still had the rate of those that are high health care. When they gave us equal health care, they fell. Okay? It's showing you that something genetically with you are related to God. Your kinship to God.
That's right.
They know this. Go to the next one. Now here's a quote from them. Since we tend to think of European populations as quite large, why did they say that? Because they were speaking about the conquering all over the earth. That's why people think that Europeans rule all over. So they said, since we think that, right? He said what? We did not expect to see a significant difference in the distribution of neutral and deleterious variation. They use fancy words for a reason. Deleterious means what? Delete. It means things were subtracted and taken away from their genes, right? So it says what? Variations between the two populations, said senior co-author Carlos Bustamante, whatever that nigga name is, and assistant professor of biological statistics, right? And computational biology at Cornell. Go to the next one. Come on. Black patients fare better than whites when both get the same health care. Studies find. A 9-year study of more than 3 million veterans found that when black patients and white patients received the same level of health care, blacks fared better than whites. You can look this up, David Zuccan, Los Angeles Times. Go to the next one. Come on. Come on. Now, we thought we were going to show they do the same if the same care is offered to both groups, said senior author Dr. Ken Rare, whatever, he wrote a book about it. But we found blacks do even better. Okay? I'm going here, I'm trying to put it in your brain so when you walk out of here, say, I had a good time. Have some wine. You're going out here with your head up in the spirit. Go to the next one. Let's move fast. Let's move fast. This is who the man is. He studied in Germany. Why is that important? Because he got a degree under those that came under the Reich, the Third Reich. It was always passed down, going all the way here to America. Then he came over here, and if you go and look this man up, please do, so you can see what all the grants that he was given by different governments. Go to the next one, come on. This is a paradox within a paradox. He said, the results suggest that blacks may have genetic, or, this is very important, because you know when they say that, oh, we came from Neanderthals, whatever, there's a missing link. You know why there's a missing link? Because our genetic form, it doesn't match. It doesn't match in their records. It freaks them out. Y'all know about Henrietta Leaks?
Oh, yeah.
They use everything they can find for her. Something is wrong. So it says what? It says the results suggest that blacks may have genetic or other biological advantages. Okay? What scripture that gives you with? You go in the New Testament, says what? What advantages have the Jew? It says chiefly much every way. Right? See, certain things is written for certain reasons. Go on, skip that. Let's keep moving. This is the woman Sarah Haley. Okay, genetic testing and anthropology. Okay, I'm giving you science here. I usually don't do this. I used to say the white man's devil, F that, F everybody. I'm showing you why I do what I do. Why I say what I say. And if an Israelite keeps saying something to me about that, I'm coming for your throat. Because I think you're a white man with black skin. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. Pale face. Europeans have pale face skin due to genetic mutations as they lack versions of a gene called SLC 24A5. SLC 45A2. This is science. This is science. You can look this up. So this is not religious rhetoric. This is not Israelites or black power nonsense. This is science, which promotes depigmentation and melagenesis. Pale skin is very a lot of people don't like this, but guess what? You can use this science to prove your biblical history. We say that the earth, this is what we tell people, is how old? I'm going to ask you, how old? She's like, nigga, please. So let me get a brother. How old we say the earth is?
I'm not sure.
How old we say the earth is? This is sad, man. How old do we say the earth is? 6 billion? How old we say the earth is? Come on now. Give it to me so we can get out of here. How old we say the earth is? You ain't got an answer? 6,000 years old, right? Right? Guess what science said? Look this up. I'm saying Israelites. They say billions for a reason. Why? Because they're trying to fit themselves in existing. But if you go look this up, it says that what? Pale skin is a very recent in history occurring, right? As a term, this is blurred off. They tell you that it's only 6,000 to 8,000 years old. Huh? 6,000 to 8,000 years old. So the stories tie in. Even when you hear them speak about Yaqub, the big head scientist, creating, right, the white man. When you hear different stories from different aspects of religion, it ties in to him just being recent. These are facts. Okay, go. Next one. Genetically speaking, blacks and melanin, right? Phenotypes have less mutations than white or phenotypes. Genetically put, they tend to have a more optimum physiology. Optimum physiology. Optimum physiology. Even you that are sick, you women, whatever fibroids, all that, you're a lot stronger than you can ever realize because they measure against their charts. So their chart started at 6, yours is a 7, balance up. So when they see you, how many of you have ever heard this? We go to the doctor. Whoa, how are you still living? This is impossible. You came here, you'll die. Because they're measuring you against their rate. These are facts. You understand? Go to the next one. Come on. Come on. White Americans are both genetically weaker. Let's go to the next one. Come on. Leave that alone. All right. Genesis, genetic dominance. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations in the womb. That's science. But it's biblical science. Because it's right there. Right? 2 nations, right? It says what? And the one people shall be stronger than the other people. So guess what? The Bible matches science. Huh? Your Bible is real. But you got to get real with your Bible. Let's keep moving. Come on. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. Because I left a lot out. Go to the next one. Come on. Right? The biological science. Right? The God gene. This is real. They look this stuff up to know how you live. The God gene, right, hypothesis proposes that human spirituality is influenced by heredity, and that a specific gene called vascular monoamine transporter 2, VMAT2, you can look this up, predisposes humans towards spiritual or mystic experiences. So this is why you see blacks in churches. This is why you see them as Muslims. This is why you see them as Israelites. 5%. This is why you see them. Everything that we do is a religious type of way. Comedic people. You name it. That's our spirit, because we deal with spirituality, but it's a particular gene in us. Go on to the next one. Come on. It says this gene, it encodes a transporter protein that imports several monoamine neurotransmitters, that's to the brain, into vesicles in the brain. Right? Now, this was reviewed in 2006. Let's see where they tested this at. Now, wait, before you can go there. All right, forget it. Leave it there. It was tested in the most religious place in the world, okay? It was tested in Tabriz, Iran. And let's see how many people they tested with this. They tested 2,000 people. Now it says what? 1,000 of these people was religious and the other 1,000 was not so religious. So now guess what? You know the white man, when he sees stuff like this, he goes crazy. He says, wait, something's wrong. Go to the next one, come on. It says what? When you go see, and he wrote a book about this, the geneticist Dr. Dean Hammer, the idea has been postulated. So he went and saw this research, and he said, yo, something's up with this, right? It's a white man. By geneticist Dean Hammer, the director, right, and dean structure of regulation unit at the U.S. National Cancer Institute, and the author of the 2005 book, The God Gene, How Faith is Hardwired into Our Genes. So now, guess what? That was in 2006 when they did this study, but he was already a part of that study. So he started writing the book because he understood that there's something wrong with people having a religious nature when they're under structure. Let's prove it in a simple way. When you go through stuff, let's say you broke. Let's say you're going through a relationship problem or somewhere outside of you. After a while, when you know you physically can't handle it, how do you feel? Well, I don't know, right? You give it up and you go to God, right? You feel like, well, the Lord's going to take care of me. The Lord's going to help me. That's embedded. That's that gene in you. Because why would you go outside of yourself not to deal with the problem? You understand? Go. Next one. Come on. The scriptures also. So now this is a word I made up. White man makes stuff up, I can do it too. Right? The Bible, bibliological, scientific proof. So we can go to the Bible to prove this. The scriptures also allude to this in Genesis, when the Creator promises Abraham that his descendants will always have a special relationship with him by way of covenant and virtue of their bloodline. Huh? That's why us niggas is religious. That's why. It's right there. You understand? So, out the Bible is backed up by science. Go next one. Come on, let's move. I got a drink. All right, says the checklist used, right, by bird watchers. Now, I just went here. That was supposed to be in the beginning. You know, Malak, I think me and him was drinking that morning. We all right. We was going to show the different, you know, now watch this. When you go to bird watchers, just show that we're all not the same. Checklists used by bird watchers and scientists say that there are roughly between 9,000 and 10,000 species of birds. There's a reason why we're going here, okay? 10,000 species of birds. So you got all these things that the Creator created. You got different aspects of them, but they're all not the same. These are facts. They all don't do the same thing. Read, come on. It says, I sound like I was at camp, right? There are 36 species of cats. 36, right? And this family species, whoa.
Oh, stop.
Okay. So it says, in this family are found in all areas of the world except for Australia and Antarctica. So we spell the pussycat to the lion, right? So when you look at all these species, they're all in the same feline family, but not the same. So there's what, 33,100 species of fish, right? We don't gotta go no further. So now so go to the next one. Come on, go to the next one. Most non-flying mammals, right? Rodents, right? Are rodents that are about 1,500, right? Even rodents, go to 4,000. Now watch this, creeping things. The number is crazy, astronomical with insects. It's a quintillion. It's a quintillion. So when you look at this, these are all the insects. Remember, now this goes back to Genesis. When you have every creeping thing and every profile thing in the air, whatever. They're all different and do different things and have different makeup and aspects, right? Go to the next one. Come on. No, stop. I only went there to give you evidence that why do we think that we're the same as a white man, Chinese man? They all have their own right and how they was built and make up. We all are not the same and we're all not equal. If you don't understand that you've been made as Elohim, Elohim on this earth, you done lost. You understand? Skip the recession. Skip the recession. Yeah. Skip that. Static electricity. Let's go here. I'm going here to show you that you're a superhero. That you got power. And you understand protons, neutrons, all these neurons in your body. This is why you have static electricity. There's a reason for that. It's the fire in your body. We say, oh, niggas come together to get hot, right? And we don't like it, we want to move, but you don't understand, you're generating energy. You're generating energy that you don't even know about, that you don't even care for. When you rub your hands together, all these things. This static electricity, you can produce this to come out of your body and shock somebody if you were in a confrontation. These are facts, okay? So we're going to leave this, right? This is what? Made up of a defining structure of elements called atoms. When you deal with atoms, right? Atoms to atoms, right? So we understand. Go to the next one. Let's just skip this. Come on. Go. Next one, right? I'm going to skip that. We'll skip that. The next one. Next one. Now, I don't even want to talk about the shape. We all have beef with that. But these are protons, neutrons, and electrons that's within your body that builds the static electricity in what you have. And everything that you're doing in prayer, making love, eating, that's what breaks down the food in your body. You are a superpower. You're not a human being, you're a luminous being. A luminous being means that you're a light being. This is what the Creator created you at. You have to understand this. You're beings of light. That's why you're energized by the sun. You're energized by your people coming together next to you. You have a power unbeknownst to your own self. Let's go to the next one, all right? Because we don't want no beef over this, all right? Stop. Huh? I really... All right, forget it. Oh, well, you know what, let's go to... All right. Well, I know a lot of brothers are mad at that. You know, sides are mad at that. A lot of sisters don't agree with that. You know, I know you... Like, no. Cats walking, nah. Right? Nah, but seriously, go to the next one. Our minds ain't in the right place. This is what? So-called blacks and Latinos, right, are resilient to stress. Why? And trauma. White Americans are prone to mental illness when they encounter stress. Because we're going to go through this. We have a thing where your frontal lobe is larger. And your frontal lobe in your brain connects you to have common reasoning and common sense. This is why you don't do daredevil stuff. Okay, go to the next one. Come on. All right, those facts. Right? This is where, right? So they talk about the difference of brains, right? And brain size. Go to the next one. Come on. Next one. Yeah, oh, right, brain, yeah, that's what I was talking about. It wasn't about, you know, the other thing. About brain size. Brain size don't matter. Brain size don't matter. Not the private size. Go ahead, ladies, look at me. Don't walk up to me. That brain size. Go next one. Brain size of humans and animals. See, they're different sizes, right? See these sizes? You see larger brains, smaller brains. Brain size means nothing. There was a book called The Bell Curve. Y'all remember that book? When they were doing the size of brains, it was, they're African, they're less intelligent. Black people had nothing to do with that. Your brain size has nothing to do with it. Go to the next one, come on. So-called blacks and Hispanics have a more active orbital cortex. That's in the front of the brain. The orbital frontal cortex is where decision-making takes place. So right here, in your mind, when you think, you know, I'm not going to do this. I can't do this. I won't do it. Why? Because the Creator made you in His image after His likeness, right? So we know that the Most High does everything practical with reason. So this is how you're designed and made up, but they're not made like that because theirs are smaller. Go to the next one. Come on. Right? University of Maryland studies show so-called black people can constrict blood flow when they face stress. That's why a lot of us have high blood pressure, because we're able to constrict blood flow. Now, I'm saying it, but y'all not understanding how important and how mightily impossible that is. For you to go through something happens, and you're restricting your blood flow. Why? Because you're keeping your body from going through a measure of stress to burst. They can't do that, but you've been blessed to do that. We don't understand who we are, man. Don't just come Yasharallah. What does Rise Israel really mean to you? What does the image of God really mean to you? Go to the next one, kid. Come on. Important to note, although it is amazing ability, our manipulation of stress can lead to high blood pressure. Combat that by using less salt. Why? Because salt deals with electromagnetism, okay, with electrolytes. That's why salt is a very important thing, and it always has been. If you have a hangover, if you're feeling queasy in the morning, the best thing to do is take warm water, a little pinch of sea salt, whatever. It cures all of that because it deals with your electrolytes. Electrolytes deals with what? Your protons, neutrons, right? And your neurons. Because you are luminous beings, and it deals with your electrical ability to be replenished. You are superheroes and don't even realize it. Go to the next one. Come on.
That's right.
White men are more likely to face depression associated with a stressful life than blacks. Now, this is a study that they did. Go to the next one. Let's skip it. Tell them apart. White people's flawed orbital front cortex. Because, see, they take pictures with lions and shit. You understand? They go in front of lion cages and go. Right? Oh, lion, eat them up. That's what they do. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? No, baby, look at the lion from here, right? Right. But they do that because they don't have that thing. They don't have a fear factor in their brain. These are facts. So they're designed to do what they do. That's why they didn't have a fear to travel overseas to conquer your ass than anybody else. Go to the next one. Come on. All right, go to the next one. Look at this. Look at that. Not at all. Go to the next one. Next one. Now, only one here. Why? I really don't want to deal with that, because when you deal with selenium, your blood that's in you, right? With your melanin, you see if y'all learn anything. We are what kind of type?
Luminous beings.
Forget the luminous beings. What kind of what's the type of melanin you have? My man in that fly ass vest back there. Huh? I don't know. Yeah, he said, man, I ain't paying attention to that shit. I'm looking fly. I know, I got you, brother. I'll do that shit too with that vest. I'm just kidding. Now, so when you check it out, remember, we're eumelanin. And eumelanin, it's made of selenium, right? Now you're gonna find out the selenium structure within the body. Because when you deal with bees, right, they could have made where they store honey in a circular shape. There's a reason why they didn't do it. Go to the next one, come on. Circles, triangles, rectangles, and squares are by genius, not designed by bees to store honey. Why? It tells you because it can't hold everything, it'll overflow. So it catches everything here. And you're gonna find out how your blood is made. Selenium. Go to the next one, go. Come on. The fascinating scientific reason for this is that the other shapes are not able to contain the honey and proportionate level without overlapping or gapping, therefore losing and wasting the production of honey. The combs containing its full amount and overall potency. Don't worry about it. Talk about it. Go. Right. Okay, so now, I don't want y'all to get freaked out about none of this. Because it's supposed to be on there, but we was wilding out. When you see what the selenium, right? That melanin is hexagonal. It's on it, right? It's hexagonal. What's a hexagon?
A six-sided.
Huh?
Star mole.
Huh? It's a star mole. So God is crazy. I'm gonna watch how stupid we sound.
Right.
How the hell God is gonna make your millennium, or your melanin, how is he gonna make it hexagonal and it's a star mole? We're crazy.
Exactly.
We're crazy because we gotta link up. We have to go and link up and understand science to back up your Bible. You can't prove nothing out of the Bible to somebody that don't believe in the Bible. You gotta go outside of the Bible to prove your Bible. Huh? Say, nah, nigga, I can show you through science.
Right.
Huh? Understand that. God ain't no damn fool, nor a dummy. So if our melanin is human melanin, is hexagonal shapes, made of hexagonal shapes by science, I don't want to get into that. How's the star mole? Now guess what? What if you get posed with this? Now watch this, Israelites. I don't like doing this. I'm going to tell you why I don't like doing this. Because I don't deal with doctrine. I'm dealing with that. Watch this. What if they smack you in the face with this? You got it? What if they smack you in the face? Wait, hold on before you go there. What's this right here? I won't even do it. I won't even do it. Go! Go! You gonna do it? Do it! Go! Okay! Alright! I don't want to do it. I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna show you. Do it. Now this is Ramses. Guess what? Zondervan Dictionary. I think you gotta get the Zondervan. How many Israelites? There's just business Israelites with there. Tell you. But they always skip over this. Don't even see this picture. Did anybody see anything in these pictures? Huh? Anybody? Yeah. You come up here. Come on, come here. Show me over here what you see up here. The fly singing ass nigga, boy. Huh? What?
I see the menorah right there.
Say what?
The menorah.
Say what?
The menorah.
The menorah? What's that there, brother?
That's another one.
Another? How much? That's two menorahs, man. Two menorahs. Whoa! Star Molech. Star Molech, but guess what? If they showed you this, what the hell you gonna say? What you gonna say? This was actually, and I'm a Hebrew Israelite, this was actually there before our scriptures was written and put together. Facts. So what you gonna say? Well, nah, it's there. We gotta fall back. Don't be dogmatic. Be pragmatic. Okay? Be pragmatic. A pragmatic will think of what you do. You can say, okay, wait a minute, and you research. When you're dogmatic, you become rigid, and you're gonna fall off. Because you're gonna get caught. And he goes, I don't even believe in that no more. So don't get caught. So I'm giving you this as our family. I'm giving you this as Israelites. Now to show you where that's at, go in your Bible dictionary and you'll see it. Go ahead.
Bible dictionary, page 489. This is what you see on the screen there. A stele of Ramses II, 8 feet high, with inscriptions.
Okay? So now, what did somebody tell you? Oh, we got it from the Egyptians. Now, it's a bigger story where that came from and all that. I only gave you that here so you see you don't have the dumbest argument you want to have is an Israelite argument. Why? Because Israelites think they know everything. So I'm not going to argue with you, nigga, because you know everything. And don't argue with me, because I know everything, right? So that's the dumbest argument you have is an Israelite argument. Because we're not teaching each other. We're battling doctrine. You understand? So I'm saying that here, so when you go into the science and see that you have hexagonal shapes within your body, the word hex, or hexa, H-E-X-A, means 6. Okay? So when you go through that whole thing, it's a whole big another subject. I only went there through the shapes of who we were and what we are, and y'all can have this for yourself, your own reference to understand. Go to the next one. Come on, let's go. And I'm stopping there because it says we are not created equal. So buzz the duck off. With that, huh? Nah, I'm gonna leave those alone because we're time to party, man. All right, go. 4 more. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. So I'm going to stop here.
No.
So I'm going to stop here so we can have a good time. And I want us to party. But as we party, okay, now I'm going to tell y'all something. Y'all can go back and look at old videos and old tapes. You see that terminology that we use, king? I tell you where it came from. It came from, whatever, us having a discussion, me having a discussion with cats going, yo, king. Because we say, yo, dog, don't call me no dog. Huh? You know, dog, but king, you king. You understand? So you see a lot of lingo, a lot of things, whatever. When you say that, mean that. When you say that, feel that. When you say son of God, woman of God, daughter of God, daughter of Sarah, daughter of Zion, feel that. If you're not feeling it, you are pretending. You're a goddamn pretender. Okay? Because guess what? With all of us in here, if a white man walked in this room and he want to do something, his head going to be up. He's going to walk in, owning the place, and say, who's that?
I'll shut you out. Excuse me, I'll shut it down. Right? These niggas out of here.
And we going to go, yo, man. And everybody go, calm down. They're going to call the cops. That's what we're going to do, right? That's just what we're going to do. So what I'm saying is, we got to wake up on a different level, man. A different level. What you celebrating is life. What life? Your life as a child of God. A son of God, a daughter of God. On a whole nother level. And if you're not taught these things, you got to look at your teacher and say, yo, man, what we doing? So with that, I apologize for any offenses that I came to you. But guess what? No disrespect to you, but all due respect to the Most High. The white man is the goddamn devil. And it is I love them. And with that, love y'all.
Y'all get a general round of applause. Everybody, man, stand up and get a brother a round of applause, man. Stand up and give a man a round of applause, man. We appreciate him. We love him to death. We appreciate him traveling down AOC. Most High bless me. I get the privilege to speak with this man. He give me wise wisdom, man. Good conversation. I appreciate him, man. Priest Daniela. All the brothers, man. And listen, with that, we know.